What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. We're here on the free-to-play account, the Road to Max Rank, and we are doing a weekly update. Now, I'm a little late on this, but that's okay. I ended up getting busy, and I wasn't able to, like, really grind or make anything, which is, you know, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But we're here for our weekly update. I did and have grind a lot. I did do a lot this previous weekend, and a lot has released when I was supposed to make my weekly update. But I'm a little late, and again, I apologize. And I'll address some things too. So let's go ahead and move on to our profile like we always do. So we are ranked 754 from rank 753. Our power level is 1,294,437 from 1,288,266. Our link level 10s are at 746 from 744, so 2 link level 10s, but no full level 10 links, which is okay. And yeah, we are at almost level 7, so we should be able to get all the rewards by the end of June if I keep a good pace. Our stone count is at 1,005. Now, obviously, I did do some summons. I think I did 3 summons for Mercenary Tau, and I got a lot out of it. So it was 100% worth it, right? I didn't get Mercenary Tau, which is very unfortunate, but I did get stuff from the banner, which is very good. And that's one thing I want to address, and we'll talk about towards the end. But let's go ahead and move over to the characters we have worked on. Also, we were at 1,090 and I used 150 stones, so I went down. So I made up for that, and I'm over 1,000 again. And I will be staying at this until the big celebration comes. But this is where I was getting at. So going from the top left to the bottom right. So Janimba's here because he was one of the characters I got with the Red Dragonstone. I'm filling out a whole bunch of characters that I don't have yet to kind of prepare for like super easy A's and, you know, have a roster of characters, right? But he is one of the main ones I did not have. One of the 120 leads I did not have. Cooler off to the right is another one. But I actually did have all of Janimba's medals immediately available to me. So I got him to SA 15 and I put some orbs into him. So he's ready to go for, you know, link leveling and all that stuff. The next 2 characters are here because, you know, AJO Captain Ginyu got his full EZA, and his 2 sub EZAs, his 2 banner units also got their EZAs, right? So I think they're both really good. Obviously, they bring a huge boost to the, you know, the Ginyu Force team and obviously special pose and stuff like that. But I obviously don't have AJO Captain Ginyu. I was hoping to pull him when I was doing the summons, but that did not happen, right? But I did have both banner units ready to go. So I got both of them, you know, fully EZA'd, and obviously you're given all the medals necessary to even EZA AJO Captain Ginyu. So very good. So if and when I do get AJO Captain Ginyu, I will be ready to EZA him fully, right? So the next 2 are characters I did not have, and I used the Red Dragon Stone to get them, but I don't have their medals ready to go. So because I've used them on other characters, right? So the Spear Bum Absorb Trunks and the Fizz 120% Cooler, both of them have EZAs. I do not have their medals ready to go because, again, like I said, I've used them for other characters. So I do have to farm them up, but these are 2 characters that I did get. I already pumped orbs into them. So very nice. The next few characters, the next 4 are the characters that I pulled from the banner, dude. First copies. Topo, huge dub, dude. Huge dub that I pulled Topo because that's another character for Universe 11 that I did not have, so have a full roster of a character for a team. I think I'm ready to go for Universe 11 missions. I mean, I could get the other. No way, I do have the other dispo, I believe. Yeah, dude. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go for jumping in and doing any missions related to Universe 11 because I got Topo, which is dope. And obviously I have Jiren, I have Tech Jiren, and I have a bunch of other characters. But this is very good. I got Goku Black, which is very awesome. Obviously is falling off, but him being available to me is definitely a huge dub. I finally got Yamcha, bro. Another great character that has aged gracefully, if I might add. He doesn't do as much damage, right, in comparison to modern characters, but that's okay. But because he's such a dodging like beast, outside of events that cancel dodge, he's still very good and a very good option. And he's one of the more powerful Earthling characters in the game. So there is that, and he also leads the team. So there you go. Right? He leads the team. No, he leads Earthbred fighters, but still, it's basically the same thing as Earthlings. It just adds the Gokus and stuff, right? And all the other characters that aren't Earthlings but were made on Earth, right? Whatever, or were like raised on Earth. But all the Earthling characters are on Earthbred fighters, so and I finally got 21, bro. I finally got Android 21, which is dope. She's a dodging character, obviously, but she still does pretty good damage. I really like her team. She leads Pepe Gals, all this stuff. So I definitely, I'm very, very happy that I did pull her. I pulled 4 Dokkan Fests that I needed, and I wanted, right? So the 150 stones that I spent on the banner, I got a lot out of it, so it was 100% worth it, right? Obviously, I got Magetta. I've been meaning to awaken him for a while, and I just finally got him done. Another Universe 6 character I could put on the roster, but I'm still missing some very powerful characters. So, I'm still going to have to hold off on doing any crazy missions, at least for right now. Gamma 2's here for his rainbow, right? He finally got his rainbow. He's in line for an Easy 8. Him and Gamma 1 are in line for an Easy 8, so we'll see what happens in the coming weeks, in the coming months, to see whether or not he gets it. So they're going to be very exciting. But he's already full level, he's full level 10 links, all that stuff. He's ready to go. Again, the rainbow's just cherry on top. The next 2 characters are here for the rainbow. Cell and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Both of them I got to him SA10 just because I felt I had the extra resources, and I obviously wanted to throw the rainbow star on them. So there are 2 characters I got them fully rainbowed. Obviously, they still need their full level 10 links, and they both need their Easy A's, so you will see them again later. And then this Kid Vegeta's here for his awakening. I had him, and I just never leveled him up and all that stuff, right? So very exciting stuff. I did a lot of stuff this previous week, and I was just busy Monday and Tuesday, so I was unable to make videos and stuff like that, like time constraint stuff. So I kind of had to hold off on doing anything, but it is what it is. Obviously, I'm not going to be summoning for Mercenary Tau on my main account. I'm saving all my stones for the big celebration. As great as Mercenary Tau is, I am holding off on using Mercenary Tau, which is my decision, right? He will probably return, I want to say August, either August or October for sure. By October, when we get all like the Halloween stuff, after the worldwide celebration, I would imagine Mercenary Tau will either be his first returning, or he would already be back. So I will be able to get him then, with freaking coins, dude. I have so many coins on my main account that I might even be willing to skip some banners to buy them later, like the Kid Goku and stuff, when they return, when I do summon for those banners, right, to kind of offset, especially now with the how the banners are, and I'll explain this here soon. So the first 3 summons for every new banner, you're gonna get points accumulated on your account to kind of get a ticket to get like a guaranteed like freaking featured brand new unit or whatever. Like, it's actually kind of crazy how they added another pity system, but it's supposed to, and obviously this is a gacha game, so it's supposed to incentivize you summoning on every single banner, even 150 stones, right? So I'm obviously going to do that on my main account every single time. Now, summoning for every single banner is going to turn into, I'm never going to use stones as much, and is more going to use the tickets side of things, right? So I will always do the tickets on every single banner moving forward, including Mercenary Tau. And I just said I won't be summoning, but I won't be using as many stones for Mercenary Tau. So let me explain. So in the future, when I do summons on my main account, it's gonna be like every other banner or every other banner I'm gonna be skipping, and I'm always gonna be summoning for the cards, but I'm only ever gonna do the 150 to get all the points necessary to accumulate all the points, and then after that I'll just move on. And if I get the character, I get the character. If I don't, I don't, right? That's just kind of how I'm going to be doing things on my main account up until, I feel like summoning for certain characters, or if the banner looks really good, right? There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff to it. But I'm basically going to heavily limit myself when I use stones on my main account, right? Just to kind of manage myself a little bit. Because I do summon a lot, and, you know, I need to be a little bit more responsible, right? Now, that addresses to the fact of my free-to-play account. Now, because of this pity system, and it's only 150 stones to summon on banners, I will pick and choose to summon on banners, right? Because one thing that I used to do a lot when I was early on in this account and early on in making these videos, I will summon on every single banner that deemed well and when I had stones, right? Just to kind of build up a roster because I didn't have anything, right? But I kind of missed that. So moving forward, if the banner is good, if the banner seems really good, like this one, which I needed a whole bunch of characters from, I will summon at least 150 stones like during the weekly update, right? And I will make up that 150 stones in one way or another, so I can then summon on the banner to maybe get something, and at bare minimum get the points allocated from each individual Dokkan Fest banner, right? So very exciting, at least for me, because that way now I'm being a little more consistent, potentially getting stuff. So I can actually do stuff, right? And I have to wait months in advance to summon on huge banners. I'll still have a lot of stones, like the 1,000, but it's going to be like, I'm going to be using my stones to get all this stuff done. So I can get pity and all that stuff, so I can get more characters, so I can have more of this, right? More of 4 or 3 or even 2 characters that I needed to make teams. Like, I don't care too much about the dupes, right? The dupes will come eventually. But it's the initial copy of the cards that I need in order to be able to actually do missions or do missions comfortably or not have to struggle too hard and participate in certain things like Topo. Topo is a huge asset to a Universe 11. If I don't have him, I have to use some fodder character because the Universe 11 roster is so small. Same thing with like Peppy Gals, right? I don't have a great leader for Peppy Gals. I have good Peppy Gal units, but I need someone like Andrew 21 to kind of hold out the stat increases that she has a baseline for across the board, right? For everybody, instead of relying like a 150 double Bulma, which is still really good, but I prefer the stat increases versus 2 crazy leaders like that for characters that rely on certain aspects of their kit, right? So, and then and also same thing with Yamcha. Yamcha is another great and powerful Earthlings character that I can use on the roster instead of having to fill in a spot for him, right? Now he can lead the team, and I can run down with Yamcha's, and he can be very good as a leader for a whole bunch of missions. Not necessarily end game, but like a whole bunch of old missions that I would like to do, and maybe even challenge runs. So they're allowing the ability to have characters to use rather than having like rainbow star characters like Gamma 2 is more important to me. Just having the character is substantially more important to me than having a rainbowed versions, because rainbow cards will come. That will happen, but having the card itself is substantially more important. Even characters that are deemed useless, do super easy A's exist. So, never count out certain characters. Even old sub easy A's, there's always a chance they might revisit them. Until it happens, there it is. But I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed. There's nothing else. There's no summoning, nothing, right? There's no tickets and stuff like that to do. Obviously, there's all these tickets, but I'll do all that later. But with that being said, guys, I do appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace! Take care.